something feels off with this. I'm very uncomfortable.
This is the last time we're talking about
Yeah,
this.
we're transitioning out. What do you think about wives going through their husband's phone and vice versa?
Joy is coming. Like, there's gonna be like glory after this, and there's even glory in it.
If you always know that God's gonna come right in the nick of time, there's no need to really depend.
I feel like you're my partner, but you're also my responsibility.
There's a line that shouldn't be crossed. You should be 5 feet from the line. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Between the Walls podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Jess.
And I'm Jonathan, and we are the Wallaces.
Yes, we are. Hey guys, we're back. We're back together. Last week I was on my own.
Yeah, no, that was nice.
Did you even watch it?
I couldn't.
Why?
Because it was gonna make me sad. It was gonna make me sad.
It's actually funny. There's something.
And then as soon as you told me you included the videos, I'm like, I can't watch that.
Oh, yeah. Jonathan still hasn't seen like the videos of the stuff that I included in the last podcast, and that's okay. I mean, if that's something that you just don't need to see, it's fine.
Well, I watched it like closer to when it happened, but like I haven't rewatched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's actually a funny part in there. Actually, I should have found this already. I was telling them because I thought you were gonna edit that, but I ended up editing it because I had some free time. So I was telling them, I've never recorded myself crying on purpose before, right?
Well, were you on purpose crying? Or
No, I mean like not crying on purpose. Like how do I say this? Like I'm crying and I set up the camera to cry. But I mean, I have recorded myself crying because I'm like talking and then I ended up crying, but I've never like purposely cried, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, while I'm talking about this, Jonathan's probably gonna, wonder why. Okay, I found it. But for some reason, I was just like, and I usually find it very cringe if people
set up the camera to cry.
Set up the cameras to cry. I'm like, I would never do that. Never say never, friends. Never say never. So it was a Sunday. I think it was my first Sunday back serving on the worship team. I come home, I'm just feeling heavy. So I throw on worship music and I'm just on the floor and I'm just crying out to God. I'm like, God, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't get it. Blah, 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 right? So I'm like, you know what? Let me just record this. Who knows if I want to use it as a reel or something one day. That's horrible that I'm really like legit crying out to God. And I'm like, okay, but business as usual. Anyways, I want to show it to you because it's so funny. It's actually really funny.
Are you gonna put the video up here too?
I'll put it on the vlog channel. So follow over there. But I was like genuinely crying. And then something in my head real quick was like, you might want to use this one day to just show what it's like to cry out when you're like going through it and still like whatever. So you want to see it? Okay, wait, look. Maybe I will put it because okay, this is me. See, I'm already crying. I can't play anymore. It's so embarrassing. Wait.
That's really embarrassing.
Do you want to see the rest?
It has to.
This is so. Just the. I can't show anymore. I'm embarrassed. I don't know if I can put this on the. I'm dead crying though, for real. And then when I was done, I just took like a bit. I was a mess. Anyways, y'all, maybe I'll show a small clip here and then I'll show the rest on the vlog because there's no point of us cackling and you guys don't know what we're laughing at. But yeah, that was embarrassing. I'll never do that again.
Understandable.
That's just really, really cringe. So yeah, enjoy that footage, everyone, and
that's great.
It's good stuff.
Well, how are you doing? How's your week been? This was like another up and down week. Yeah.
Like we always say, healing isn't linear. But then I just feel myself, I'm kind of like playing victim a little bit with God. Like every time something else goes wrong, I'm like, all right, God, like, what else? Like, oh, why are you doing this? Like I made a joke that I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like Job when it's definitely not that bad. But I'm just like, hey man, can you just throw me a little bone? I just want like a quick bone. And I'm not going to lie. Like I said this in the solo pod that Jonathan didn't watch that, not funny.
I didn't know if you were throwing shade or you were just, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
That's very sweet. Thank you. I was like, God doesn't owe me anything,
That's a big one
just
right
because
there.
something bad happened doesn't mean like, oh, okay, something bad happened. Let me make it up to her with X, Y, Z or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that full well, but a part of me still feels like it would be nice though if you just did something nice really quick.
But he has been doing nice things.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like nice and gestury?
Thank you. You woke me up this morning. Thank you. You sent me on my way. Like, obviously, he's being gracious on me because I don't deserve anything. But like the smallest part is still kind of waiting for like a something. You know, I'm like, okay, this like it's turning around. Maybe I'm waiting for like a turnaround,
I feel
like
like
a hard turnaround point.
not a hard point, but I feel like there's been breadcrumbs.
Just selfishly, that's how I've been feeling. And then like certain things throughout the week, I've been doing a lot of comparison lately, and just like I'm starting to realize like I'm preaching a lot of things, and then the next day I won't be practicing it. I'll just be back in the slums, like it's just tough. But I mean, like that's just life, though. It just goes up and down. It's like every day is not going to be perfect, and I think I'm doing okay. You know, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, no, it's not definitely not linear. Yeah, I mean, and I 100% get that. Like,
Yeah, what about
any
you?
individual time someone might ask me, like, how are you doing? Like, most times people are asking me, like, I feel fine. You know, I feel okay for the most part. I know, like, Jess did her solo pod, and people were asking me, like, oh, you're a solo pod as well? And I will not be doing that. But if you follow the Substack, you see that on Friday, I wrote a little thing about how I'm feeling in terms of just, like, in general. And really what I'm feeling right now, as kind of in general, is I'm feeling like a lot of like spiritual apathy and just kind of like feeling stuck. So it's not really anger with God. I was saying in that I wish it was anger with God, because if it's anger, like you at least know what to do with that. Like you're
Somewhere to
feeling
place
something.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're having an intense feeling. And I feel like recently I haven't been feeling like, even like writing that thing, it felt like moving a mountain. Even like engaging in terms of groups at church, like it just feels like work. Like everything just feels hard. And that was kind of just the most prevailing feeling that I'm dealing with in all of that, you know, right now. Just like everything just feels hard, like anything meaningful. But something that we kind of wanted to talk about today, something that a little reframed that mindset a little bit. We were at a worship night last night, Friday night, and during the worship night, after it was over, the guy who was leading it, Evanel, I don't know if they watched the podcast, but our friend from church, he was speaking. He was like, you know, sacred time like doesn't always or being in God's presence doesn't always have to be sad. Like we don't have to always be like quiet and just like, you know, like the quiet place is good, but that's not the only way to be in the presence of God. Like you could be in the presence of God in all manner of ways, and some of those ways are, you know, little seasons and little pockets where you are experiencing joy. Like watching a show or a movie with friends, you know, is a little glimmer of like, can be a little glimmer of being in the presence of God. You know, it's like just enjoying community, and being around people that love you, even if we're not talking about the specific issues or things that you're dealing with. Like that could be God's way of healing, you know, in your situation where you're at. And I just thought he wasn't specifically talking to me, but that mindset, I think, kind of shifted what God has also been doing for me, you know, in the season, because it hasn't, like, even in terms of just like, you know, leading like classic groups at church and stuff like that. Like I haven't been doing that. Like I haven't been doing a lot of things, but like we've been doing a lot of hanging out with friends. You know, and that's levity. Like that's God's grace too. So
and that part has felt good, just to kind of like get back into the swing of things. But something I was thinking about, I think it was Friday actually. I was just thinking, because I like had a moment where I was just like really sad. I just like, I mean, one thing, I just love a good cry, y'all. I love a good cry. So I'm just crying. I'm like, you know, the crazy thing about me crying right now and the way we've been hanging out and like, you know, just kind of getting back into the swing of things is that like, in a way, I do feel like people are expecting you to like kind of be moving on by now. Like people are going to ask you like, hey, are you good? Are you okay? And like that is kind. But I feel like if we went there crying and bawling and be like, oh, dang, I know that she was still so bothered by it. That's how I feel. It does kind of feel like that at a certain point you're kind of supposed to move on, especially if you look like you moved on already and then you're crying again. It's like, oh, I thought we were past this. And I just feel like there's like a certain timeline where people are kind of like, well, all right, let's move. Like we're still talking about this. Like technically we are still talking about this, but like say like every podcast for the next like 4 podcasts we're like crying about it and like really sad. Like I just can't move on. And be like, let's
Yeah,
let's
no,
move on now.
I get that.
Like heal already. So it's just like, even sometimes when I'm like really sad about it, I'm like, okay, girl, wrap it up. Like, let's move on. But it's just, it's like up and down and like in and out and stuff. So
Yeah, I think it's just also just like choosing to how you're gonna choosing to reframe, the situation. Like you might still feel sad or feel away, but it's like, how am I going to allow God to use this pain? You know what I mean? Like, one of the things that I said in like the first podcast where we talked about it is we both kind of said is like the Dory thing, just keep swimming. Like that's what the name of the thing I wrote too. We hurt from time to time, and it's getting less and less as time goes on. But like, what good is it going to do us to wallow in it? Like we have to we have to keep moving. Just keep swimming. Just like day by day. Like it might be hard, but like just praying for God to give us the strength for the next step. Just give us the power to take one more step forward and just keep moving, keep pushing forward. So I guess that's why I feel like where I am right now.
Yeah. So as for me, it's like every day is different, and I feel like my energy might be a little down right now, and it may seem confusing because like the last few episodes, like on my vlog and on the solo pod, I'm like, but we're gonna keep on going, and it's gonna be great. And then to see me down again, it might seem like she didn't mean what she said or like whatever. But I mean, every day really is different. And whenever I'm experiencing a different emotion about something else, for some reason it digs up the failed IVF also, because I'm like, ugh. Then I go back to like being dramatic, like nothing's going right. It's just like, I could be like kind of fine about the IVF part, but like sad about a different part. And I'm like, I end up grouping them both together. And then it makes it bigger than what it really is. It's just like feeling like, oh, I'm just not where I want to be right now. All that stuff. But at the end of the day, like I know we're preaching like, throw away your timeline and like God's way is better. And like all those things I know, but sometimes it's just like my feelings will just take over still. And I'll just be in my feelings for a little bit, and then we'll get back to regularly scheduled programs. So
when you're in your feelings, like what kind of gets you out of it? I mean, I guess
it could be a few things. It's like time. Maybe some time will just get me out of it. Maybe a quick nap. I won't lie. When I'm in my feelings, sometimes it's hard for me to like, oh, let me just open the Bible and read really quick. I have found though that reading before I get in my feelings actually really helps me.
Yeah.
Because like the other day, it was something else that happened, and we were both pretty down about it. And you're like, do you want to read with me? And I was like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. Like, I need a second. But the next morning, I was still kind of thinking about it, but I was like, let's read really quick and let's start the day off with the Word of God. And I read my word or whatever. I was like, you know what? This is going to sustain me today. And I felt fine. Is that always going to work? I don't know, but it worked last time. So I'm like, okay, cool. But it's just time. Like I need a little bit of time to just be like, process. Like, okay, girl, this is your life. This is what's happening. Stop looking to the left and the right and comparing yourself to so-and-so who's doing this quicker than you or blah, blah, blah. And like, just, lock in. Just focus on you. And then,
I think it's really instructive that like when you are more locked in with the Lord, like you feel more able to battle the circumstances, because like the circumstances aren't changing. The circumstances are what they are, but it's like your ability to deal with them and kind of just reframe it as joy. Like your ability to reframe it as joy is typically, it seems like it's dependent on how tethered you are to God leading into it. You know what I mean? Like as like the preparation.
Yeah. Also, really quick, I'm noticing that my feelings are different of how I react. If I'm mad, I'm like, God, okay, you're really trying me right now. The mad version of me doesn't want nothing to do respectfully with God. I'm like, no worship music. I'm not reading. Like, I'm just mad. I'm sitting my madness. In my sadness, that's when I'm like, I need worship music right now. Let me open the word. Like, I need a word from you, God. So I find that my attitude, like, there's different outcomes for that.
Yeah.
That's something that I am noticing, because like going through like the the IVF process and all that, when we found out the results, when I was sad, that's when I was like, God, I need you right now. Like, please help me. When I was mad, I was like, no, oh God, I need a minute before I talk to you again. So you were there. So yeah, sometimes I be thinking, Jonathan, like, hey, yo, man, you need to lock in.
I think we all have our own like journeys and experiences with grieving situations and disappointment, and we all have to go through it, and sometimes like I feel like the anger that you feel towards it sometimes can also help you move through little cycles faster though.
Yeah.
Like it's like like you're burning hot, but like it's like you're out, like anytime you're individually mad, like you don't stay that way for more than like, I don't know, like a day. And usually you're cycling, you're bounce back, you're cycling out of it. But it's like an intense emotion that allows you to kind of like
bounce back quickly.
Yeah, I feel like right now, I feel like you're feeling emotions more intensely, and like I feel like through all the things, just have like an undercurrent of like low lying, whether it be I want to say depression because I'm not like claiming depression, but like a state of just like apathy and like nothingness that kind of sits over everything. So like I'm not going like this, but I'm like it's like I'm not feeling. Oh, it's like it's not feeling. Period. But like I think I'm starting to kind of find more strength to keep pushing. But I think it's just interesting like how different people can experience like similar traumas in different ways.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I do feel like we are in the midst of. This might be hard for you today since you're not having the greatest day, but I feel like we are in general in the midst of transitioning out of this stage.
Yeah, I do think it helps that we're starting to like get back and like hanging out with our friends or like hosting things here and like I'm starting to serve on the worship team again and just getting back into like a regularly scheduled program. I feel like staying in the old thing where we're like kind of isolating and we're not serving and like kind of skipping church a little bit. It makes you stay in that feeling. Stay in that place. I do have a question for you though.
Go ahead.
I try not to cry around you. I don't know when the last time I cried about this around you. Maybe
it's been a while.
A while. Do you feel like if I was still crying in front of you that it would make your transition out or like I don't want to say transition out, but like do you think it'd make your healing process slower to like constantly see like that I'm hurting? I'm not constantly hurting, but like
I'm not sure. I think that when you hurt, I feel more sad for sure. But my prayers in those times aren't centered around me. Like in those times, it's like I'm really sad that like you feel that you're feeling the way that you're feeling, and it's like God, I really just want like you to show your daughter like your goodness, like allow her to see how you're moving, allow her to see the ways that you are there for her, like so that like her pain can be lessened. You know what I mean? Like it's like it breaks my heart to see your heart break. I don't think it makes me like more sad in my situation, but it makes me like it's our situation, but like it makes me empathize more with you than like feel bad for. It's like when you say like you rather be sad than see someone else sad. It's like that. It's like it makes me more sad for you, even though it's for us. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I cried twice today, and I just didn't do it around you. Actually, one of them.
Were you in the car? Did you cry in the car?
Yes, I was crying in the car.
I'm like, I heard you sniffle, and I looked over.
I had already wiped my tear when you looked over, so it looked like I was just sniffling, maybe like sinus infection. But I had already wiped my tear real quick, so there was no tear. He just heard me sniffling, and I had glasses on because it was sunny out.
I knew something was up, but
you gave me a quick like.
Maybe I'm tripping.
You gave me a quick check. You're kind of like good, but I was just like, look at this. So you didn't even catch me slipping.
I mean, I'm like, I thought I was tripping.
I'm gonna tell you what triggered me later. It's really stupid, so I was like, lock in. I'll tell you what it was later.
Okay, all right.
Anyways,
yeah. So I read this passage of scripture, kind of just thinking about the joy thing, and I figured it'd be good for me to read it here. I thought it was really helpful for me, and maybe it'll be helpful for somebody else too. Guys, I also want to say this is the last time we're talking about.
Yeah, we're transitioning out.
No, that of course, we are going to be dealing with this, how God deals with us in the time that happens.
In our secret place.
As far, and with the people around us, as far as this is concerned, like, we're not, well, at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not in the acute stage anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, continuously, like,
Yeah.
Like
Like if it comes up, it comes up. But
God's moving. You know
I
what I
also
mean? I'm moving.
don't feel like this podcast is solely about that.
No, not at
either.
all.
Like this podcast episode. We gotta tell him about Jacquez. We'll tell him later.
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna do that in the small talk, but we got into this quick, so
yeah.
it's
Poor
okay.
Jaquez. I feel like when I was reading this verse, well, these verses today, this passage, today, I found myself getting like pretty emotional. I was listening to worship music before we went out somewhere today, and I was just like almost in tears, just like in the midst of like feeling, kind of sad, but like feeling really grateful for God, just overwhelmed by his presence and all he's done for us, but also in the midst of feeling sad. It was just feeling overwhelmed, period. But Psalms 126, when the Lord brought his exiles to Jerusalem, it was like a dream. We were filled with laughter and we sang for joy. And the other nations said, what amazing things the Lord has done for them. Yes, the Lord has done amazing things for us. What joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord, as streams renew the desert. Those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. They weep as they go to plant their seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest. So it's like when I think of that, and I think of it's like when the exiles returned. So like they were dejected, like they were, feeling pain. And it kind of just talks about like what we bring to God, like we bring like our brokenness, we bring our sadness, we bring, our pain. So like with those who weep in tears of joy, sow in tears of joy will reap in joy. Like joy is coming. Like there's gonna be like glory after this, and there's even glory in it. Like even seeing like what God is doing in us through this. Like I see like more maturity in my wife. I see more maturity in us as like a result of Jesus kind of in the pressing, and the crushing, he is making new wine. Like, and we could still say restore our fortunes. Like we could still say as your streams renew like our desert, I don't know. I just feel like God's just so intentional. He knows what he's doing, and it's like there is joy there in it, and there will be greater joy later. Like we don't mourn like those who have no hope. Like we have a hope that we can hold to. When we hold to that hope, that's what allows us to keep going.
Yeah,
like I think about like people who don't have Jesus or don't have. It's like, what is it? What is there? Like you just, I don't get it. I don't even get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll let you talk. I've been yabbering.
No, it's okay. I was just thinking about how our church's word for the year is harvest, right? And I don't have a big point here, but I mean, it's said in verse 6 that they weep as they go to plant their seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest. And I was just thinking, like, because I was saying on my reel how I was like, oh, our word for the year is harvest, but I feel like it should have been pruning because blah, 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 whatever. But I was also thinking, like, there's still 6 more months in the year. So maybe, maybe we sow and weep as we plant for the whole year of 2026, maybe in 2027. The harvest will come eventually. But it could also be the second half. Like, things can turn around 100%. In an instant. We always say, like, oh, well, you don't really say this, but we serve a God of 11:59. Like, it can... Right there. That? I know. I'm like, we always, not my husband. He don't say that.
I don't say that.
I don't think you've ever said that.
No, that doesn't sound like me. Yeah,
like right before the pumpkin turns into a car, or a car turns into a pumpkin.
God do be doing more than that. God's the God of it's past the time.
That I was thinking that too. I'm like, but he's also God of 12:15. It's the next day.
It's the God of time. Don't matter.
The God of 6 months after the time you thought was going to be. So
it's the God of time.
There's just no time. Yeah,
time is not a hindrance to him.
That just brings me. I'm switching gears to the church sayings that we say. It's like, this is encouraging though. Like, oh, he's a God of 11:59. That just kind of means like, right when you think it's like cooked, God's gonna come through. But sometimes he comes through after it's cooked. Did we talk about this in the podcast, or we were just talking like with Lazarus?
We talked about Lazarus in the podcast.
Was it in the podcast? Yeah. Like God didn't come at 11:59 for Lazarus. God came at 12:45. Like he died, and Jesus, sorry. Yeah. And Jesus was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like she's like, my brother's about to die. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll see you in 3 days. I'll be there in a while, because he needs to die for me to do what I'm about to do. Because if I come before he dies, it's not gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I feel like sometimes like you're like he's the god of 11:59 or whatever. It's like
But he is. He's the God of all things.
yeah, because it's like oh he's gonna come right before the chicken's gonna get overcooked. No, sometimes he want the chicken to get burnt so he
Right.
can like
So
he
you can
can
depend on him.
so he can miraculously unburn it.
Right.
Like,
if you always know that God's gonna come right in the nick of time, there's no need to really depend on him with
the
your
uncertainty.
all.
You don't have any uncertainty.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's about to come, so everything's fine. Now you need to be like, oh my God, I need you right now. Like, please, where are you? Like, or it's just like he's not here, but I trust that he is gonna come when he sees fit, when the best time. But no shade to the God of people who say the God of 11:59 because he is also the God of 11:59, and our 11:59 might not be his 11:59. You know, like back to when I was like, oh, I want to have all my kids by 35. So this year technically is my 11:59, but for God, maybe he wants me to have all my kids at 40. So maybe 39 years old for him is my 11:59. So like he's got the clock and we just abide by whatever he decides to do and whenever he decides to do it. So all right, God, do your big one. Like, okay.
Yeah. And it's also the God of like the great exchange. Like
come on, great
when
exchange.
he said like in the parable of the fish and the loaves kind of tells that story too. He's like, bring what you have and like don't worry about like if it's enough. Like you know, so it's like there is a verse I was trying to look for. I couldn't find it at the moment, but it says he exchanges beauty for ashes and joy for mourning.
Fear. Oh. Sad,
strength. Yeah,
that's a song.
Like Love is a Miracle.
No, it's by I forgot.
But you know the Love is a Miracle one.
Yes.
Yeah. So like joy for mourning. Like we're giving him ashes, and he's gonna take those and bring beauty from it. We're giving him mourning, and he's gonna bring joy. Like so that's why we can rejoice. Like it's a conscious decision to rejoice in situations where there's typically no no reason for rejoicing, but we are doing it. We're rejoicing because we have hope.
Right, he's gonna embarrass me on my camera, bruh.
It is what it is, bro. You can't. What can we do?
Don't jump up there, sir. Speaking of sir, guys, I'm sorry. Can I switch?
Keep talking.
Can I switch gears real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, while Jonathan's getting our cat off the counter. So last Saturday, the episode that you're watching right now was supposed to be, we were supposed to have guests, okay? And I can't wait for y'all to meet Samantha and Jonathan. His name's also Jonathan. And it's my cousin. They have such a great story. I'm talking about, I don't want to ruin anything, but like redemption in all ways. I'm talking about being arrested, allegations, not true, by the way. And all these things, like their story is absolutely insane. Anyways, so we had packed up all three of the cameras. We had packed up this table that you guys can see, the mics, the lights, everything in the car. We're getting ready to leave. We go get Jaquez. I go to get Jaquez, and we realize that he's panting. And if you don't have a cat, you may have a dog. Like, oh, dogs pant all the time. Cats do not pant. You understand?
They don't.
So we bring
They're
him
not deers.
Right. Jaquez is not panting by the water. And if he is, that means something's extremely wrong. So we bring him inside, and you can see his body, like, you can see, like, it palpitate, like he's gasping for air. Gasping is strong, but he can't breathe. He's crazy. So whatever.
Yeah.
Jonathan, spidey senses go off. He's like, we're going to the emergency room right now. Me personally, I would have been like, let's give it a little while. But he was like, no, we're leaving right now. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go. Long story short, they say your cat had an asthma attack. He has asthma. I'm like, please be so for real. My cat does not have asthma.
It's like, how can cat have asthma?
Yeah, I'm like, he's a cat. He doesn't have asthma. And I understand cats can have all types of this, like heart disease, all the things. I understand, but I'm just
So
like,
my cat don't got
I'm like,
asthma.
not my baby. You know when your child's teacher tells you something, it's like, no, not my baby. Like, it very well may be. So anyways, it tells you his asthma. I'm like, I think maybe he just got spooked about something because Jaquez is very scary. He gets scared at everything. So I'm like, okay, whatever. They're like, yeah, here's the medication. I'm like, yeah, sure. They go, Jaquez, go drink some tea and go to your bed. You're all right. Today's a new day. Right now, it's 8 p.m. right now. We were supposed to record this podcast at like 11 a.m. So Jaquez, we look at him again. He's panting. And his whole body is like, I'm like, yo, are you good? We realize, oh, you're having an asthma attack again. And today I believe truly, okay, my cat has asthma. I have accepted it today. I'm like, oh, okay. Our high maintenance cat, he has asthma. So now I'll take it serious. I wasn't taking it serious past week.
That was just like one of those add-on situations to, because like, had to pay for the testing and all the things.
Yeah, we spent a bag
Yeah, shout out to pet insurance though. It kind of helps.
Yeah,
it helps a
pet
little
insurance
bit.
pays after the fact. They say you pay up front, and if you feel like putting in the receipts, then we'll pay you back. I'm like, bro, please. Anyhow, our cat has asthma. I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying before that.
You were saying.
Doesn't matter.
I don't remember. I'm sorry. But yeah, man. That's how things been going.
Any other closing thoughts on this saga of our lives?
Should we say thank you again?
Oh well, yeah.
I've said thank you so many times, but one more time for the road. Like, thank you guys, and thank you for also letting us know. And even though we don't do this for the accolades or anything, and it wasn't necessarily accolades, but it's just nice to know that us being vulnerable and sharing our story in the midst of while we're going through it is also helping you guys who are also going through it and also like struggling with
whatever,
being mad at God, in the midst of it and like still trying to push through. Because like it's still, I'm telling you right now, it's not easy. I'm still actively dealing with it daily. It's definitely not easy. So we're here with y'all. We know that y'all are here with us. We got multiple messages saying you guys are praying for us.
Yeah.
And you guys are just with us like so hard and so heavy. And like, we just appreciate y'all. Like, you don't understand. Like, y'all are, if y'all weren't a family before, like, y'all are family now for real. Like, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah. I just feel like my life, like our life, is like living proof of what, like, the prayers of people we know and y'all, like,
I think of the song "Keep Praying." Like every prayer today is a seed for tomorrow, so keep praying. And to say a prayer for your mother, say a prayer for your friends, say a prayer for someone who really needs it. Then see the proof of what God can do. And I'm just thinking about like how we've gotten through, just these different things, and it's like we haven't seen that. Like people are praying for things that haven't happened yet, but like even in that, like just knowing that people care enough to pray for us, like it's just a profound blessing, and
thank you guys.
Just holding on to the hope of like what we are praying for, and just like what we believe God can do, but just even being the joy of what is now, like just so thankful.
Yeah,
all
truly.
right.
So thank you guys.
Thank you guys. I won't talk about this again unless it just comes up naturally. But
yeah,
this is it.
Yeah, we'll be much more upbeat in the next one, but. Switching gears.
So we've been getting like why have we been going through this saga? Because like we've been not posting every week. So we like it was 2 weeks in a post and then 2 weeks in a post. So over that time we had been getting some emails. So we decided we would do.
Let's read one today.
We'll read an email of a situation that someone sent in, and we'll reply to it. It's kind of it's sad that it's someone else's real situation, but it's fun for us to read these and see how we can help.
Yeah. So I haven't read this yet. Jonathan told me the gist of it. So this is let's just get into it. Okay. Hey Jazz. Hey girl. Love you, girl. Love you too. Okay. Been watching your channel for a while now, and now I'm here at your podcast. I love how you read emails and discuss your thoughts with hubby. I just want some of your thoughts, whether it be on your channel or just a response. So first off, my husband and I have been together since 2019. I feel as though he and I have been raised on two different extremes. So we've butted heads on many things. But in a marriage, who really hasn't? Exactly, girl. Anyway, I recently lost my job, and he has been having to take on the brunt of keeping our household afloat. For work, he does Lyft in the nighttime hours in ATL, an extremely high stripper capital. Now, dropping off strippers and other exotic professionals aren't my issue. My problem comes from him trying to create a clientele from cash rides, only women, to be specific. In order to maintain the relationship, they exchange numbers and they reach out when they need him. So now I have these stripper women calling my husband at all times of the day, asking for rides, little side jobs like grabbing liquor, etc. This one particular young lady, who happens to be a stripper, has, to me, crossed too many inappropriate boundaries. She sends him pictures, texts him about her relationship, and calls him for any inconvenience in her life. Here's some examples. She needed him to get her a rental car because she lost her ID. She needed him to move her out of her boyfriend's house, her tire popped, etc. And my husband comes running. His response is, she pays, she gets money, and I want it. But this seems like we are walking on a very dangerous line. Now, I want to add that I know most of this because I read his text messages, which I know is super messy. No, it's not, girl. However, maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, we'll get to that. However, in my defense, This isn't our first rodeo with my husband and inappropriate behavior with a Lyft rider, now Cash Ride Girl. The first time I saw anything was not on purpose. I needed to send myself something and happened to come across a text message with no previous discourse and an odd thing to say out of the blue. When I brought it up, he explained that he had no clue what that was about and that he's never spoken to this woman before. Mind you, I later checked deleted messages and found a slew of messages, sexy things exchanged, and a whole lot of inappropriateness. Our conversations keep running in circles. He says this is not what has happened in the past. This is strictly business. Also, when I ask if she knows he's married, he says yes. Oh, he says she knows and he has 3 kids. He says she knows he has 3 kids. How do I proceed? Shit, it's not funny, but like I'm being so for real. What do I do? Okay, she laughed. Okay, that's fine. How do I proceed?
What are your thoughts, my wife?
Wait, I'm still digesting this. I need you to
All right,
go
take
first.
take some time. Take some time.
I don't know. My heart hurts a little. My heart hurts a little because this is a marriage, right?
Yep.
So if this was just someone who was dating, I would be a lot looser on my lips.
Yeah.
But this is somebody's marriage, and I take marriage very seriously. It's like, this is kind of off topic, but like, I feel like sometimes when people say things in the comments to kind of like pit us against each other, I'm like, this is a marriage. Like, this is serious. Like, you don't just like, I take marriage very seriously. So I definitely, am I on period? I feel, I don't know why, I'm like such an empath. Anyways.
You really are an empath.
I know, I'm like, I feel emotional.
Yeah, because you really feel
I do, because this would really like, this would absolutely break my heart, especially like stumbling upon like the text where something odd is being said and there's nothing else there prior. And then he says, oh, I have no idea. But then you check the deleted and it's there. And that would just make my mind wander. I'm like, onto what else do I not know that he's like not telling me? Mm-hmm. But let's start from the beginning about your husband does take the initiative to make extra money.
Yeah.
Which we respect that. She
That is
lost her
good.
job. Sorry. She lost her job, so now husband is stepping up to make some extra money.
This
You
is
know,
good.
I make jokes with Jonathan all the time. I'm like, hey, bro, we need some money. You need to get on Uber Eats.
Oh, just eats though.
Eats, yeah. No, I mean, you don't, yeah, Eats, because you don't have to carry nobody. Yeah. Eat. Maybe he can get into Uber Eats. Look, I've been to Atlanta, and I do know that it's a, they do what they do out there. So that's a tough one. But immediately, my husband can probably speak for this part, but immediately I'm thinking anything that I do that makes my husband uncomfortable, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't care what my side of it is. It's like, I don't get why he's uncomfortable with this. I promise it's nothing. No. Because if I know for a fact, if my husband's doing something and it's innocent, like say he's giving a girl piano lessons or something, and I'm like, something feels off with this, I'm very uncomfortable. And if he's like, it's no big deal, and you keep doing it, I'm gonna feel so disrespected, So immediately, if you're saying to him like something feels off, I personally feel like he should be like, my wife's uncomfortable with this. And rightfully so. You're taking strippers out at 2 a.m. while I'm home. I feel like he should take your feelings into consideration a little bit more.
Well, but the question is, what should she do?
Oh, yeah. No, we're just going, we're going to get there. But I want us to dissect everything so that at the end I can be like, okay, so here's what I think you should do.
Okay.
Because I want us to all understand in case someone else is like, well, he's getting money. What's the problem? Because, some men think like that. Yeah, I'm just
a problem.
You lost your job. I got to do what I got to do to get some money. I'm providing. What's the big deal? What about you as a husband? Because, my friends and I, we've been having this discussion lately about how our husbands feel so much pressure and like they take getting money like much more, or like the budget. They take the budget and like providing much more serious than we do because we're like, oh, like let's have fun. And you're like, no, let's save. Like as a husband, what type of pressure do you feel on yourself to like make sure the money is right and you're providing and you got to do what you got to do and stuff? Like, I don't feel like women understand it as much as men do.
Like the provider brain. Yeah, no, like I feel like you're my partner, but you're also my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like not in a negative way, but like it's like when your dad passed you off to me, it's like I'm responsible for making sure like that I take care of you, and kind of give you, in my head, do whatever I can to give you the life that I feel like you deserve. And I feel like you deserve the world. So it's like, anytime I feel like I'm falling short of what it is to give you, what I feel like you deserve, it is like a mental it's like mentally very difficult,
Mhm.
you know? So I feel like I do have a healthy relationship around it though, like realizing that like there's only so much I can do.
Mhm.
But it really does break me up like when we have tougher times and I feel like I'm not doing enough to
Mhm.
like, to like I'm not doing more.
Mhm.
So I definitely get that. And I definitely get that for most men, where it's like yeah, fun is fun and all, but like I care about more than that. Like my desire is that for us to be able to do all these things for the rest of our lives. Like,
Mhm.
so I just think that's a different. Well, I don't want to say between men and women because all relationships are a little different. But for us, like that's kind of what the difference is. I feel like when you're thinking about things, you tend to think of like a shorter like time horizon
Mhm.
than I'm thinking of. Like you're not like, oh, I don't want to save it all, but it's
Mhm.
like your thoughts about it are more so in the short term.
Mhm.
And my thoughts about it are just more so on like
Long term.
long
Right.
term, like when we're 60, like what's going to be happening?
Yeah, I'm not thinking about 60.
all.
At most, I'm thinking about 40.
Yeah, but someone's got to be thinking about 60.
Okay, but
right, but so that's
Yeah.
what the mindset is. But I will say that I think many men have like it's negative to the point where they feel like their only value is provision.
Mm.
Like, or the only way to the primary way to be a man is to provide materially. So for men in that mindset, it's like provide materially above all other things. Like,
Mhm.
so above like provision over presence.
Mm.
So it's
Mhm.
like sometimes like your presence is more necessary than like the things that you can provide,
Yeah.
because like sometimes like you lose your family. You lose the family you're trying to provide for while you're trying to provide when you're not giving any presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can get drawn away from the reason you're doing the thing
Mhm.
by doing the thing.
Yeah. I understand that. Okay, I have another question for you really quick.
Okay, yes.
So, you have a job obviously, and this is your bread and butter. This is how you're making your money.
Mm-hmm.
If I say you go to work, you have female coworkers, nothing is going on. You're sure like nothing's going on. These are just
Yeah.
girls on my job. But I feel like I am so uncomfortable with your coworker or your boss. Let's say your boss. I am 100% sure she likes you. I'm not comfortable with you working there anymore. But you on your end, not saying that this is their situation. I just want to get into like a man's mind.
Yeah.
But you on your end, you're like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not about to quit. Nothing's happening. But I'm like, babe, I don't, women, trust me, something's happening. She loves you, whatever. Are you quitting? Or you're like,
Me
literally
personally?
nothing's happening. Yeah.
I probably would leave. I'd leave the job.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I said really like that because I do.
I would be.
believe that you would.
I would be like, I might feel a certain way about that, but one thing that I've learned in our marriage is like being, even if you feel like you're right, but
Also, I don't have a job. Say I don't have any money.
well,
I'm
I'm gonna.
jobless.
I'll tell you, I have a plan. I'm having a plan to look for another job, but I'm not gonna be. Let us be homeless or
Okay.
like destitute.
Okay.
So, so it's like I'll find another job 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll transit, and then I'll leave. But
You're right. Okay.
yeah, I would leave though.
Okay. All right. So back to this.
You don't think I would?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
No, I do think you would leave after, like, with your plan in place. Though you're not quitting tomorrow
Yeah, no.
with no plan.
No,
that's not
silly.
your. That's not your.
That's a
type.
little silly.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I mean, the rest of the stuff, I don't even have to go over the texting on the side. Like, long story short, what should you do? How do you proceed?
My first thought.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, babe? On
My
this?
first thought was one belief system. Like I don't know if these people are believers.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that the church says is that the Bible says is that if you have a problem with your brother and you can't resolve it amongst yourselves, get somebody else to come in. So that makes me think about his friends. Like this husband, this man, like does he have friends that the wife can call upon to kind of allow him to see like what's happening? Like see that like you might be losing your family doing this thing, and even if you feel like you're not doing anything, it's like letting you know that you might be playing, like even if you in your own conscience you're good, you might be playing with fire. So even if you believe everything that you're doing is okay, it's like you might be losing your wife
Right.
as a result of the kind of work that you're in. And that's not, I mean, I don't know what he is or isn't doing.
Yeah.
But you're playing with, at the very least you're playing with fire, and at the most it's infidelity. But at the very least, you're playing with fire, and it's like sometimes you need to be shown by somebody else, like to help kind of snatch you out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like some people need to like, nice talk. Some people need to be snatched out of it, but by someone else that's like a neutral party.
Yeah.
So that's my first thought. Like, what's the friend situation? Like, who can she call him that might also be able to speak to him?
Okay. What do you think about wives going through their husbands' phones and vice versa?
I don't think she was going through his phone on purpose, though. That's what she said.
I
She
think
said she was going to do something, and then she.
No, that was the second time, or the first time she saw that.
Well, I think that anytime that people are going through each other's phones to kind of look for something, like,
You give him a reason.
not that you gave them a reason. I'm saying like there's now a lack of trust in the relationship. And once there's a lack of trust in the relationship, there needs to be an intervention of some sort to kind of figure out where we go from here. Because trust is the bedrock. Like,
yeah,
you need to have like a place of trust where you can find common ground in that. And if we don't have that, we don't really have much. Like, so it's like needing a third party. I think that they're at the point where they need a third party, whether that be a friend, whether that be a therapist, whether that be it's someone that can come in to kind of help them see and understand one another.
Yeah. Yeah. So as someone who has gone through, well, he was my boyfriend at the time. I did go through Jonathan's phone one time. And I mean, most times if you're looking for something, you're going to find it, But, but I mean, I wish he was listening to this because like I'm telling you stuff that you probably already know. And this may not always be the truth, but if there's any husbands listening to this or any wives, if your husband's going through your phone, there is a chance that you've given them a reason to suspect. So already you're making them feel uncomfortable in something that either one, they've spoken to you about and you haven't changed, or something that you probably know you probably shouldn't. You're like dancing on the line of something because no woman or man, I don't know, but I'll speak for the women, is going to go through a man's phone who is making them feel 100% secure unless you're trying to self-sabotage. You're like, oh no, he's too good to be true. I got to find something, which is you're self-sabotaging. But I feel like when you feel secure, you have no feeling to go through a man's phone. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, as a husband, I feel like it is your duty. Actually, I feel like when I speak about as a husband, it should always be you speaking. But as a wife, I feel like it's my husband's job to always make me feel protected and always make me feel safe. Like I always feel safe around my husband and safe in his arms. And that's obviously, I don't want to generalize too much because there's always, oh, but what if and what if and what if? But I just feel like it's my husband's job 100% to make me feel safe in our, like physically and like emotionally. Like he is the closest person to me, and he's the one who has the power to hurt me the most. But he is also the one who, like, what am I trying to say?
Has the greatest capacity to make. You said I'm the one that wants you the most.
You have the power to hurt me the most.
Yes.
Because of how close we are. Someone on the street has no power to hurt me because I don't trust you with my feelings. So like I don't trust random people with my feelings. So if they try to hurt me, I don't care because I didn't expect you to take care of me. But I expect my husband to take care of me. We exchanged vows, and I believe what he said. So I should always feel comfortable. Like if my husband's phone goes off at 4 a.m., my first thought is there's an emergency. It's not, oh, this is a broad or this is a girl trying to like whatever, So
I think you proceed by getting a third party, someone in there that can, well, preferentially like just somebody that he knows that's like his friend that could be like, hey man, like I think you're tripping. Someone that he will listen to. And then if it's not just one person, maybe it's like it needs to be multiple of his friends and guys. And if he doesn't have friends like that can speak into his life, and then you guys might need to go to therapy to figure it out. I think that if he's now in the place where he's not listening to you anymore.
To be fair, she only told us what his response is. She never said what she said to him or how she brought it up. She said
when she brings it up, they're going in circles.
I understand, but like, are you bringing it up like, who is that? Or are you saying, can I talk to you for a second? I really just want to let you know, like, I feel extremely uncomfortable with what's going on. And like, I don't believe that you're doing anything wrong. Like, I would never accuse you of that. I just want to let you know, like, I personally don't feel comfortable with this. And I know you said nothing happened in those text messages, but like, can you understand where I'm coming from? Does he know that you saw? I don't know if he even knows that you checked the deleted messages and found more inappropriate things. You know, some men would be like, will change that, like, or spin that on you, like, why are you going through my phone? And I hope you're not dealing with a man who is like that. But I feel like since he's giving you the whole, well, you lost your job, I am trying to provide. And it's like, I appreciate you trying to provide. I really do. And I thank you for the blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to give the accolade sandwich sometimes. Like, start off with thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The meat is, here's what's wrong though. And here's my point of view. And then close it off with the bottom of the sandwich. Like, again, I want to let you know that I am so grateful for what you're doing for our family. And like, I do understand your point of view as well, like that you were just trying to provide.
Yeah.
I just want to know your thoughts on what I'm saying or
Yeah.
my feelings. I don't know if that's how you've done that already. If you have done that already, then it's time for a third party. But if your like communication so far has been like, let me see your phone, or I don't like what you're doing, like like the approach sometimes is very important, because I can't understand. Maybe not this situation. Like there's no way you're picking up strippers at 3 a.m. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then like the side, like, oh, I gave them my number for extra money, they can call me. That's not happening. But I can understand how, you know, when a man is in charge and like you lost your job and like he's like, I'm trying to get this money so I can provide. And he's probably trying to do what he can. If this was a different situation, I would feel a little bit more for him. But I can't understand how he doesn't understand how this probably is not good for the marriage, you know?
Yeah.
And there's such thing as, like, your dad always says, like, there's a line that shouldn't be crossed. You should be 5 feet from the line. You don't want to be right next to the line. It's like, oh, I'm not crossing it though. Like, I'm still behind the line.
Yeah.
You want to be a few feet away from the line that you shouldn't cross, because it just takes one little oops for you to cross that line. And I think this isn't even on the line. Like, this line has been crossed already. So yeah, if you guys haven't had like that heart to heart type of conversation and it's only been a defensive one, I feel like we start there where he can really hear your heart. Like, come at him calm and patient, even though you have every right to feel upset and annoyed and like I don't want to tell you that you're if you don't feel disrespect. I don't want to. I'm sorry. This is someone's marriage, so I'm not trying to egg it on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have every right to feel the way that you feel, but still the presentation has to be right for him to hear you, so he doesn't get defensive right away.
Yeah. I think the praying, I know this sounds cheesy, but praying for the situation and praying for his heart to soften, I think, is one of the most powerful tools you have, you know.
Yeah.
And just calling on God about the situation. And like if I could talk to him, I feel like I would say that like the ends don't always justify the means. Like, you want like money, like, for your family, which I get. I understand that, like, you know, as a man. But like, certain things like that you have to do for the money sometimes isn't worth it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to be playing with fire with, like, you know, getting personal information, you know, from a bunch of women and doing what they, you know, doing like different side jobs for them. It's like it can become too intimate, too close, like where you're just exposing yourself to ruin. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like relying on God to provide, or switching your gears with how you're providing, or even going with slightly less so that you keep your family in good standing, is sometimes just worth it. And, you know, and trusting God with it while you figure out what that next step is.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like for your husband, he's probably not watching this, but somebody call this man and let him know, like, his first job is not to make money, but his first job is to make sure that his wife feels secure and protected in all ways. Like, if your wife feels uncomfortable with something, you rectify it in some way instead of just being like, it's not what you think. Oh, it's not that. It's like, let's rectify this in a different way, because it does seem like something's happened before, because she said, our conversations keep running in circles. He's saying this is not what has happened in the past. This is strictly business. So it's clear that something has happened in the past, which is another reason why he should be doing everything under the sun to make sure that you feel safe and protected and sure of yourself, that you can sleep well at night knowing that nothing is crazy is happening, since it seems like something has happened in the past. Just have that conversation if you haven't already. And maybe even if you had, just like one more time, like, can you please just hear me out? I really am just so uncomfortable with this. I'm not holding anything in the past against you. Like, just say all the things. You know, sometimes you have to, I don't want to call it fake humility, but like you have to meet people where they're at. And you know your husband more than anybody else. You know his triggers, you know his rebuttals and things like that. You may have to swerve around it. Is that okay to say? It's like sometimes in a relationship, you got to meet them where they're at, even if it's not like, say I want to come at you swinging and yelling, but I'm like, let me just pretend to be calm so that I can reach him. Is that okay?
It's not even pretending, but it's like,
It might be pretending because maybe she's pissed.
no, you could be mad, but you just articulate your anger, you know? So it's the burden in communication is on the communicator to explain what they're feeling or explain their point of view in the best way that the person who's listening will be able to hear the heart of what they're saying. So you might feel like, or I'll use you and me. I might feel like I want you to understand what I'm saying, but speak angrily. But I know if I'm speaking angrily and accusatorily towards you, you're not. The likelihood is that you're not going to hear what I'm saying in the way that I'm meaning it.
Yeah.
You're gonna just feel attacked and want to attack back.
Right. Yes.
So as a result, I have to modulate what I'm saying in a way, and say it in a way that will kind of get through like your defenses up to so you can hear where I'm coming from. So it's like I don't get to just say things however I want to say it because I want to say it this way.
Right. Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is I don't want to punish you with my words. I don't want to make you angry with my words. I want you to understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
So we could reach resolution.
Yes. And people don't reach resolution or reach understanding with anger starting off, most people don't. So yeah, do that. And then if you, like Jonathan said, if that doesn't work, it's time to bring in someone you trust. I don't know if you guys have a church or have like close friends who are married who also like can speak life into him.
Someone he respects.
Yeah, someone he also respects. So if you don't respect them, then it's like, why you bring this bozo? Do people say bozo? I don't know. Like, why you bring this man into our business and things like that? That could cause another problem. Especially if he is like really defensive and like makes excuses for everything. So most importantly, like Jonathan said, like pray about like, God, what road of action should I take? Or like, please help me to be calm as we navigate this. Or, please reach my husband, like have him see that what is happening is just not fair. Whatever it is, like pray and ask God, like, how do I proceed with this? Like, obviously we can tell you our thoughts. We don't know the whole story as much as God. He can give you the best like peace and calmness or advice or whatever, or like steps on. He can give you the piece of which route to take. But I also feel like, and don't take this to the extreme, but I feel like there may need to be some action on your end. Because if I'm going to let you know how I'm feeling, or if I bring someone in to let you know and you still want to act funny, there's a saying, there's like those who can't hear must feel. And maybe it's like, I want to let you know, like if this doesn't change, then this. I thought you were saying.
No.
Yeah, like if this doesn't change, after a few conversations and he still like thinks like this is, I'm gonna do what I want because I need to make this money. Like, oh, okay. Well, I just want to let you know this has to change or else X. Whatever your X is, and I'm not saying or else we're getting divorced or else whatever. And whatever that is, you got to stand on it. So he knows like you're serious, So, but that's after we have the conversations and you bring in a third party or whatever. And if people can't get through to him, you can't just keep being like a doormat or just keep being there and like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing whatever I'm doing. Although I do feel like sometimes you need to reach people with love, but not in a situation like this where something has happened to hurt you in a certain way before. I don't know what that is. And it seems like he's not taking your feelings serious again. I think you have to show him that you're serious in whatever way you think that is appropriate. And again, I'm not talking about divorce. So whatever that may be, I don't know what that may be. I don't know what your situation is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like this one. This one hurt my feelings.
Because I feel like when they're dating, you tell them to break up.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, yeah, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, when you're married, when we're married, every situation is more complex.
Yes, when you're married, because the reason why it's more complex when you're married is because and I'm not saying that just because you're married, you have to stay in anything, But like you have to at least do everything you can to make sure that it works, depending on the situation. Some situations just like get out immediately. I understand that. But for certain situations, like you do everything you can to make it work. You do everything you can. You reach out to third parties. You pray. You do mediation. You do everything you can to make it work, you know? So that's always going to be our advice for the most part, depending on the situation. You do everything you can to make it work. So when you're dating, you can just leave. Depending on like on the situation again. Like, I mean, when you're dating, you can just leave. You look so sleepy.
No, I'm just like, I think I'm done.
That's why I need to do my solo pod, because I still got energy. When you're dating, you can just leave if you want. I'm not saying that you need to leave over everything. That doesn't make you very stable or dependable. You got to be able to work through things. But if you were just dating, this would be a different answer. But since you're married, and these are people's like whole lives we're talking about, it takes a little bit more work.
Yeah.
To iron things out. And you knew that when you got married, that is for better or for worse. Mm-hmm. That when things are looking shaky, we're going to have to do extra work to iron things out. Yeah. And if this is, actually, it don't help to say this now. But just to anyone who's not married, make sure you're seeing all the fruit ahead of time and don't ignore things because you just never know. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful a little bit. All right, so anyways, anything you want to end off and say?
I want to say that I love the Lord. I love my wife.
Thank you, babe.
Blessed assurance.
Cut. Anyways.
Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine.
Also, you guys, I hope you had an amazing Father's Day. For us, Father's Day is tomorrow, but by the time you see this, Father's Day would have already passed. So
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers,
Happy Father's
man.
Day to the fathers. But, you know, hearts go out to people who have lost their dads and, you know, all the things. I don't even know all the things. All right, I think I'm getting tired,
This
too.
is my story.
I'm trying to say something nice.
I'm saying something nice.
I'm thinking of the people who are going to have a tough Father's Day.
I'm sorry for you guys.
Oh, well, we have to go. We're losing it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, we're not laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at him. Oh, I'm sorry for you guys. Like, I mean, we understand it too. How are you going to feel on Father's Day? How are you going to feel tomorrow? I feel like people only think about mothers.
I don't know. I think we feel fine.
Or people who can't be mothers.
I'm going to celebrate my father.
That's what I did. On Mother's Day, I just pretend. I'm like, oh, it's my mom's birthday. I pretend like it wasn't Mother's Day. I'm like, oh, it's my mom's birthday.
I'm just going to celebrate my mother. I mean, my father.
Yeah.
He's great.
He is a great man. Shout out to your dad and shout out to my dad.
Her father's great.
I'm a daddy's girl through and through. Don't ever play with my dad. Don't ever play with my dad. I love him so much.
Grandfather. I have a great.
Yes.
Well, not great grandfather. I have a good grandfather.
Yeah.
I had good grandfathers. My grandfather, who is still with us, is fantastic.
Yes, he is.
I have had an abundance of great role models in my life, and I feel like I am living proof of what that is good for.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I'm going to celebrate the fathers tomorrow. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. So happy fathers. We shout out to the fathers who are doing their big one. Like y'all are making a difference.
All my friends that have become fathers and contemporaries, like that. My contemporaries have become fathers. It's so great to see.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome, bro.
Yeah. So, with that being said, we love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this episode of Between the Walls podcast. Between the Walls podcast. We are here pretty much every Wednesday. You can catch us the following day on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can send us an email if you have any questions, just need some advice at betweenthewalls@gmail.com.
Pod.
Dang. At betweenthewallspod@gmail.com. We'll leave everything that you need in the description box. And with that being said,
watch Jessica's vlogs.
Slide onto the vlogs. We have some fun over there. You can see us off the couch. Yeah, this is Between the Walls and the vlogs is off the couch. You like that? Should I start naming my vlogs off the couch? No, that's stupid.
This is my story.
We love you guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song.
I need to find the harmony.
Praising my Savior all the day long.
Amen.
Amen.
Bye.
Bye, guys.